Welcome back, fellow gamer. I want to talk to you today about Legendary DXP. So if you haven't played Legendary before, this was a card game made by Upper Deck, and until now they've stuck to board games with, Marvel Legendary, Aliens Legendary. They did Predators, they've done like Firefly, they've done quite a few IPs, and now they've taken it to mobile. I want to give you my review as well as tell you how to play. So let's jump in, and you'll be following along with me. So come on behind me. So actually, before I hit play, we just look at the whole interface here. It's a pretty straightforward thing. You've got your play. You can view your collection of cards. You could also do challenge a friend, or if you had a friend to challenge, you check out your profile. So here I'm level 5, 24 wins, 1 loss. That 1 loss, I tell you, tells you how much you've earned and all that kind of stuff. You can then go open some packs. So you get a free pack every 24 hours. That's a bronze level. You can get, for 1,000 silver, a silver pack, and then a gold pack by 100 gold coins. I think that's the only way to get gold coins is by purchasing, I do believe. Not 100% sure. Furthermore, you can go to the shop. So if you want to buy gold, obviously the microtransactions are there. You can buy some packs. Hold on. And then deals. What a deal! I don't know. I guess 3 packs for 150 is pretty good. But anyways, you don't really care about that. I'm going to show you what the pack opening is like. So I have 1,000 silver saved up. So I can open it now. There's a lot of extra clicking I find in the UI, but this is a newly released game. This game released at the end of January, so I do expect other stuff to go down. So I got 5 common hero pieces. Now, one thing I'm not too sure is what those hero pieces do. I have 7, 3, 3, 1, 0, 1, and I don't know, and there's a 2 in there somewhere. I don't know what they do. I could do a quick search online, and I'll probably put that info up on screen. But up until now, I haven't really looked at what they do. And the reason why, you might be like, well, you're doing a video review and you don't know everything that's in it. I'm trying to do this as a brand new player into the game, giving you an idea of my journey of discovery at this point. So we're going to go ahead and play a solo game. The reason that we're only going to play a solo game is that all the other game modes are locked. You have to pay for them. So if I click on one of the modes, you get to, for $4.99, you get 3 extra mastermind, 25 villains, 7 schemes, and 3 game modes. I also believe that this unlocks the multiplayer features, but as this is a free game and I want to rate it as a free game, I'm not going to dive deep into the purchasing aspect of it. If Upper Deck wants to throw me a bone, I'm more than happy to. So here is the layout of the game. If you've played Legendary before, you know what's going on. If you haven't played Legendary, well, let's jump in together. So at the top left, you have your mastermind, and through that, you are, that's the guy you have to beat. Now, in the free mode, you only go against one mastermind. Now, I do kind of find that boring after a little while. I've played, over 20 games. And I'm kind of starting to get bored of the same mastermind. But then again, I have played 20 games. So up until I'd say about the 20 game mark is when I was like, okay, I'm done here. I would like to try something else. And then to the mastermind's right, you do have the board. So you've got where the villains will journey through. So from right to left. Now we already have this Sarko guy who has entered the boards in the swamp, and as the game goes on and progresses, this board will fill up until somebody is at the mountains, and then they leave the board and things happen. Now that's going to be sounding very arbitrary for a new time player. What we're focusing on right now is just the layout. I'll explain everything after. So, and as Sarko comes into play, if you look at his card here on the right side, we do see that he has an ambush. So that's an effect that happens as soon as he enters the battlefield. But because there is no cards in my discard pile, his ability didn't take any effect. If he leaves, if he leaves the mountain area, he escapes. And with that, each player would KO 2 heroes from their hand. So what does KO do? KO removes them from the game. So continuing on, underneath that row, we have the hero recruitment area, where it's called in this version the Guild Hall. Now again, this is a proprietary simulation. It's a proprietary theme of the game, so there isn't any Marvel characters, there isn't any 20th Century Fox characters. They've gone and created their own lore, so you're not gonna, if you pick up a Marvel Legendary game, it will be same mechanically, you know, with a few extra abilities here or there. However, in terms of, you know, playing Spider-Man, Captain America, and all that stuff, it's not going to happen. I don't know if there's an expansion in the works down the line. I think it'd be pretty cool, but for now, don't get it for the pictures and the names of the guys. Get it for the mechanics and the gameplay. It's also a great way to learn the game. I'm just going to say this right now. It's free. It really helps guide you through each of the turns. But again, I'm going to get through my last review for another time. Or, you know, in about 10, 15 minutes. Who knows? No, not 10, 15. 10, 15 is long. I'm rambling. Let's get back. So underneath the guild hall, you have your hand. So it's what you're able to play. And then when your hand actually goes and starts to deplete itself, the board will appear behind it. So right now you're seeing all the cards go from my hand to the play field. And in this scenario, the board lights up. So I have, if you look at the bottom left-hand side, beside the 3 dots, I've got 3 attack and 3 recruit. The symbol beside that, where it has my name when I click on it, you can I guess talk smack or whatever. That's the amount of victory points that you're going to have, that you're going to accumulate. So if I were to defeat somebody, I'll get those victory points. So at this stage, there's nobody on the battlefield that I can attack for 3. So I'm just going to go ahead and recruit. If you decide that you want to recruit somebody, you can always get a closer look by tapping on their number, or not on the number, sorry, their card. And then from there, you can make a decision. I'm gonna recruit that one. I like filtering, and then the card replaces itself. Now, somebody wanted to play StarCraft. So at this stage of the game, now I'll go to end my turn. So ending your turn, if you just tap it like that, it does this weird thing where it just turns red. This is actually something that I found frustrating to start with, but I totally get why they did it. So you have to hold down on the button. And that's just because you don't want to accidentally click some and then end your turn. So here, because there's a scheme twist that came out, it's telling me to KO a hero that costs 6 or less from the HQ. And I do realize, just by saying this now, I did not explain what's right underneath the mastermind. That's the scheme. So that's an extra rule set that's applied to each game. If you have a larger expansion that you'd buy from this, or if you've played any of the legendary games, you know that these scheme twists and the schemes do create varied gameplay. However, in this scenario, free to play, you only have one scheme twist to go along with your one mastermind. So as we continue along, we're going to do our turn again. So what I do to play my turn, when you saw my cards autoplay, I click that play symbol that's right beside the end turn. And that will autoplay my cards for me, so I don't have to go and click every single one each time, which I think is really good. It allows you to focus on, who do I want here? I don't really think it matters. I'm going to go this guy. I'm not really going in detail through the cards, and the reason for that is simple. It's going to take a long time out of this video to me to just go ahead and explain what I'm doing with each of these cards. Plus, I want you guys to discover this game for yourself and look at synergies that you're going to build. You might be wondering why I'm doing certain things, but I'm just trying to get through the game to show you as many details as possible. And again, here I'm auto-playing. One thing about now, you'll notice beside the guild hall, there's a circle that's lit up green. That's the mayor. So if I wanted to, I could purchase him for 3 recruit. I'm going to do that, actually. That's one of the other things that you can do. I really appreciate the fact that whenever there's something that you can do on the battlefield, it'll light up for you. So here, I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to play the autoplay, but it's going to prompt me afterwards. So now it's going to ask me to choose a card from my hand, put it on top of my deck. I'm going to put this on top. And it stopped the autoplay. So I'll go ahead and show you. So if I click on one of my cards in my hand, I can then go and hit play and do it individually if I wanted to. So this is important when you have certain cards that require you to play another card of another type, so you can really mold your board state. And an example would be this card here that requires you to play a strength card in order to get that second ability. So if I already get this into my hand, I would make sure that I would play it in the proper order. So the sequence does matter in the way you play your cards. So as we see here again, the board starts to fill up. And again, another scheme twist. Holy cow. I'm about to get smacked. This might be my second loss. I don't know. We'll see. Let's see here. Okay, I'm going to draw my 2 cards again and put one Guess I'll do this. Get rid of that. I think I've got a fair bit of attack. I can show you the attack at this point. So as you see, each time my attack goes up in the bottom left corner. So I can't defeat Sarko. A Battle of Wills unless I have I don't even know what faction it's called, but the Big M. And the Big M, the faction type, you can see on the top left of the card, along with the card type itself. So the faction, I have no idea what it means. It's part of their lore that they've built, but yeah, I'll show you here. My fat fingers, sometimes they make it hard to look at stuff. So looking at it here, I could draw my 2 cards. Blah, blah, blah. I've already played that, but the top left is what that was looking at. Anyways, going ahead, I don't have anything for 2 recruit in the battlefield, so we will, or in the guild hall rather, we'll go ahead and continue on. I'm going to end up dying here. That's the one thing about the deck. The decks are fairly small too, so the games do happen pretty quick, which is nice. It's a nice little feature. Again, I'm about to start taking some wounds, some heavy wounds. So I'm just going to go ahead and take that and take that. End my turn. Everything right now is looking pretty samey. Okay, good. I got a Master Strike. That's good because I want to be able to show you some variety. So the Master Strike. So in this display here, it's good because you are able to really get an idea of what to do. The game walks you through everything. And if ever you do want to check on the state of the battlefield, you can press that gold, that gold circle right under the magnifying glass, and it'll hide the prompt. Now, I've actually never clicked the magnifying glass. It's not really doing anything. Okay. So I'm going to decide one guy to KO. I'm going to KO that guy. Each player gains a wound. Well, as you gain a wound, it flashes up so you know. I can then KO. Was it discard or KO? I thought it was KO. Anyways, I'm going to draw 2. Put this back. And then we're going to attack the Mastermind. So the Mastermind, you click on it, it'll tell you how many tactics are remaining. So in order to defeat the Mastermind, you do have to be able to equal its attack. So here you attack it and then you choose a card. And then 4 extra recruit. I don't really need it at this point. I want to get this game over with because I am up there on my schemes. So at the 8th scheme twist, I do lose the game halfway there. Not a good thing, but we'll do what we can. And it's funny because each turn has an hour timer countdown. That's the number that you're seeing in the bottom right corner. I do assume that the timer is significantly lower in the regular, like, PvP game mode, I guess you would call it. Put this down and then just play the rest of my hand. Do I have 8? No. I do not have 8. Guys, stop texting me. I guess I should put this on, I don't know, some other mode when I'm making this type of video. Let's see, who do I want here? I did not want that. I accidentally double clicked and it auto confirmed. That works well to tell you that if you double click on something, it will put it into your hand. However, not what I want to do at that state of the game. I'm going to auto play my hand again and show you this other prompt because I don't believe, I do not have enough. So I'm going to attack the Goblin Horde. It does have a KO ability. So when I fight it, I get to KO one of the top 2 cards, thin out my deck. I want to do that. I'll KO my recruit guy in favor of my attack. Thinning out your deck is a good thing in this game because you want to be able to draw your heavy hitters as frequently as possible. And I just keep getting scheme twists. Jeez Louise. All right. So I guess I will take this time to tell you about what I think of the game. I actually like the game a lot. I think it's a lot of fun. Again, I did mention how after 20 plus games it does get a bit boring. I think that the goal here is that they want you to buy games and they've given you a good taste of the game. That might be the case. I'm wary about spending extra money. I would like to see what I get in terms of online play before I actually make a purchase. I've done some searches online. I don't really see much. I'd definitely love to do a video. If a video on multiplayer in this game is something you like to see, let me know in the comments below. I can definitely have a look at doing that. Choose a card from your hand, put it on the top of my deck. So again, you get to see what's going on here. Put this in my hand, and then end the turn. Oh my god. Am I at 6 or 7 already? I'm at 6. I'm about to die. We got 2. Oh, maybe I could defeat the mastermind here. Yes, the discard. Yeah. Okay. So I've got 12 attack. So I could defeat this once. Okay, I'm going to do that. I'm going to KO that kind of stuff. Get rid of the 1 recruit. At this point, I need to go in for the swing and for the win. Oh, let's see what I get here. I do, again, I'm a big fan of Legendary itself as a board game. And this is giving me a quick fix when I'm on the road, traveling, or doing anything else that I'm not able to set out the board game in its entirety. So, do I suggest this for new players? Yeah, you know, it's free. I don't think there's really a way that you can lose by playing a free-to-play game. If you get bored after, you know, a few games, then I think it's no harm, no foul, really, at that point, because you get your money's worth, is what I think. At the end of the day, you're able to play this game and have a good time with it, pass a few hours. Ah, I was missing 1 attack. Okay, I'm going to attack this. I am running dangerously close to the sun right now. And as you notice, so the victory points, when you earn them, they do go up, and they are easily visible. So when you do play a multiplayer game, I'm assuming, you know, well, not assuming, I know, when you play a multiplayer game, that those are the things that you really look for. Let's see, a KO. Yeah. Do I have one in my discard pile? No. So I'm able to win the game here. So one more thing I guess I will highlight. So beside the play icon, you have what's in your victory pile right here. And that, you know, is relevant for those who are playing multiplayer. You have your discard pile, and then you have your KO pile. So cards that are out of the game, they're all visible right here, like this. Fairly simple. At any rate, I'm going to go ahead here and end the game. I noticed my battery's low. Oh, for some reason it didn't take. So if you are on that screen for too long, it just goes back and reverts itself. You still have your hour timer, which I think is ridiculous, but I guess there's no maximum timer. Essentially, what they're trying to do with this game. So, what do I think as a final thought for downloading? I mentioned I think you should get it if you just want some time to kill. Great game. If you're looking at playing competitively, I know that I know that Legendary. I was just playing Hearthstone before I started filming. If you play Legendary competitively, I'm not sure what the benefit is of the free-to-play game, but it does hone your skills and sharpen them. If you are a newer player to the game, existing players, get it. It's a fun game. I recommend it. Some of the UI choices at first seem a bit clunky, apologies there. But more than not, I'm finding myself really digging the UI. The sounds are a bit cheesy, and I'm not sure if the sounds are transferring to my computer here. They're nothing to write home about, honestly. One thing I guess I would change is when you go to open a pack, I don't have, you have to click on it multiple times. I think that's like one of the only things I'm really negative about, and even that, it's not really negative. It's a minor gripe, right? I would like to see more villains, more heroes, and more masterminds and scheme twists to go against without having to pay money, essentially. I understand that they need to justify their costs, but at the end of the day, it will just mean that the game doesn't have a long shelf life, and I'd like this game to have a long shelf life. This is a great way of really introducing people to the game. Does it mean my screen's slipping? Yes, it does. Look at that. Jeez. All right. I'm going to put this down so you're not going on this weird spinning cycle with me. So go ahead, take it. Let me know what you think if you've played the game. I would really love to hear it. If you have any questions about Legendary, you could either comment down below, or you could check out some of my other videos that I have done on Legendary. I've done some reviews of the board game, some playthrough. I believe I did a playthrough or two playing against Thanos. So really hope you enjoy it, and until next time, good gaming.